Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my top 10 MILFs in animation. Um, and yes, you heard that right. This is a just for fun kind of shits and giggles list I decided to make just out of the almost absurdity of this kind of like trend in pop culture, really. The obsession with the idea of MILFs. Um, Mother characters who are hot, basically. Or as the actual term stands for, mothers I'd like to fuck. You know? It's the idea that hot mommy characters in animation or whatever can often be portrayed as very attractive, or you can find this certain attractiveness to that kind of character. And yeah, I can't lie and say that that's a valid thing. It's like really it comes down to you can find anyone attractive. You can find any character attractive. Age doesn't necessarily matter, and various other factors don't necessarily matter like that. Um, but it comes down to like obviously the there's to some people this certain attraction specifically because they're a mother. That much isn't as big a deal to me. For me, it's just about the physical attractiveness of the character, or even in some cases their personality and whatnot as well. So what are going to be my qualifications and rules for this list? Well, the character for me has to actually be a mother. It doesn't matter if it's through adoption, doesn't matter if it's through birth or whatnot. They have to be a mother, not a mother figure, not mother age. They actually have to be a mother. That much. That's important to me as a distinction for this list. So their age, I wouldn't say doesn't matter, but they can be an older mother, they can be a younger mother, they can be in their 20s and have like a baby and that's it, and it's like that's still a mother. Or they could be in like their 50s and have like a 20-year-old kid and it's like that's still a mother. It's like that all counts. Or even older than that technically. Um they could even technically have a grandkid and still be a mother. So it still counts, even though some people like to use the term at that point like GILF, like grandmother, in that way, but it's like, I don't think that's necessary. Um, but you get the general gist of that. Um, and obviously, they have to be of age, though for the most part, that's not going to be a problem. Like there are some media out there where it might show like a teenage mother having to deal with that kind of stuff, and as long as that's taken seriously and handled well, that's a fair thing to cover. But I'm not going to be covering that thing for here because that would be wrong and kind of gross to go on about an underage person as being hot, and you know we're not going into that shit. That's wrong. That's just morally and ethically wrong. Um, so nothing like that, obviously. Um, as with pretty much any list like this, though, if the character is not human and does not age in the same way as humans, um, we have to like only count characters that we can assume are adults that are like clearly meant to be seen as adults. So yeah. Um, and otherwise, there's not really much to discuss here, because the attractiveness is based solely on my personal tastes, my personal opinions, and everything. So it's not necessarily going to like completely mesh with yours. Also, I think I said top 10. This is actually a top 20. Sorry about that. You'll have seen that in the title, and you'll already have put that together. But Yeah, this is actually a top 20 MILFs. Now, when I say animation as well, I mean basically any animated medium. It can be a cartoon, it can be an anime, it can be a video game, anything like that. It has to be animated, moving and stuff. So not comics don't count because they're not moving. Unless like certain web comics are, if they're in complete motion, which at that point is that even really a comic at that point? But it's mostly just going to be cartoons and anime and stuff. But it can be from like a series, a movie, doesn't matter. Yeah, not really any other big qualifications or anything, because it's just really that simple. They have to be they obviously have to be of age, which again, not really going to be an issue, and they otherwise can be pretty much anyone. Their specific age is not entirely important. They can be an older mom, they can be a younger mom, any of that. So obviously the list will be redirected onto BitChute and Google Photos just for copyright reasons. I could talk about them with just some pictures, but again, most of it's just going to be the same thing like with other lists I've done. It's like going to be like, oh, I just find this person attractive. It's not going to, there's not going to be a lot of actual discussion to make. So for me at least. So it's just going to be easier to have clips. So those will be shown again both on BitChute and Google Photos for copyright reasons and to make it easier. But yeah, I'm interested to share this because I actually had to cut this down from a good amount of characters, because I was basically starting to list pretty much everyone from everything I could think of. And so it's like I had to cut it down. So there's some ones that won't be on this list that you probably will think should be. And there's some ones that will be on this list that you probably think shouldn't be. But keep in mind, it's all my opinion. It's all personal perspective and tastes and all. So yeah. If it doesn't quite mesh with your own list, that's perfectly fine. Let me know what some of your favorite MILFs are in the comments below. And since this question was asked on the Discord when I basically mentioned I was going to say it, or I was going to do this, right now we're just doing the MILFs. We're not going to go into DILFs as well. No daddies, because honestly, there's not a lot of dad characters that are that attractive to me. There are some, but there's not a lot. So I do want to go over real quick before we leave this for you guys to go check out the actual video at the links down below. I do want to mention some quick... Let me see if I can find them here. I don't remember where I put them. Some quick... here they are. God, what's the word? Runner-ups. These are ones that just did not make the list. Not because they're bad or anything, not because I don't like them. Actually, the fact that they're runners-up show that I do like them. They just didn't make the list because they were basically beat out by the other 20 who are on the list. So first is Angela, Queen Angela from She-Ra, mother of Glimmer. She is definitely very attractive. She just didn't make the list for me. Mayumi Kubota, Miko's mother from Glitch Techs. Again, very attractive, just didn't make the list. Just wasn't quite, for me, personally, attractive enough. Senna from The Legend of Korra. Rita Loud from The Loud House. Ming Lee from Turning Red. Trudy Proud from Proud Family. Inko Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Emily Ramirez from Close Enough. Komi Shuko from Komi-san Can't Communicate. And Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z, Super, GT, all of them. Well, yeah, except the original Dragon Ball. She wasn't in original Dragon Ball. But yeah, so those are some runner-ups. They just didn't make the list pretty much because they were pushed out by others. I do find them all still very attractive. And that kind of gives you, I guess, a little bit of a hint at what to expect with this. So, yeah. Once again, though, the link to the actual full top 20 is in the description below on both BitChute and Google Photos. And I hope you're excited to check it out. Like I said, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know who some of your favorite MILFs are, who you think are the hottest. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.